24-year-old Nikos Terziz color coordinates his closet. He loves Starbucks, computers, and making schedules. Terziz taught himself how to play the keyboard when he was a toddler. Terziz's sister, Eleni, says that he started to show symptoms of autism after the family moved to Greece.
From what my mom tells me, he was just like a regular kid all the way up to 3. And then when we moved to Greece, she describes it as it was like you handed her another child. He had no speech, and it was like the move was so dramatic, it brought the autism out.
Terziz was diagnosed with autism when he was 3 years old. His family then moved to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, so that Terziz could receive services from the TEACH program. TEACH is a state-funded program in North Carolina that has 9 regional centers. These centers provide diagnosis, intervention services, parent training, and support groups for autistic people and their families. The clinical director at the Chapel Hill Teach Center, Dr. Elaine Coonrod, is also a licensed psychologist.
Well, autism, as we know, is a neurodevelopmental disorder, which means it's a problem in the way the brain develops. And the hallmark symptoms of autism are deficits in social relationships, difficulties in communication, and also a pattern of unusual or restricted interest and activities.
Autistic individuals may also show repetitive behaviors like rocking back and forth or flapping their hands.
We know that autism is a spectrum disorder, which means that there's a wide range of presentation of both the strengths and weaknesses of individuals with autism.
This means that every case of autism is different, and that each autistic person can display symptoms at different severities. Growing up, Terziz lived at home with his family and went to school. When Terziz was 14, his father passed away.
Obviously, when our dad died, that was really hard, and that was hard to explain. Baba in Greek means dad. We just told him Baba's in heaven, and that's how he understands it.
Shortly after his dad passed away, Terziz's mom made the decision to move Terziz into a group home.
Obviously, going into a group home that first year was very, very hard. But after that, it's just like that's his home, and we pick him up twice a week, and he understands that, and he loves his life and his schedule.
Terziz attended school until he was 22. He currently lives at the Piney Mountain Group Home. The direct support coordinator at the Piney Mountain Group Home is Ola Akinrelio. Akinrelio has been working with Terziz for 3 years.
The goal with Nikos is to make him as independent as possible, at least in my opinion.
Although family members describe Terziz as a big teddy bear, Akinrelio has seen a feisty side of Terziz.
And it's always like his initiation to punch somebody in the face when you're the first week that you're working with him, because he doesn't know who you are and he wants to see how far he can get away with things.
Akinrelio describes a typical Sunday for Terziz.
He'll wake up in the morning and then he'll ask, "When's mom coming?" And then you gotta kind of say, "Okay, Nikos, mom is coming at this time." And then we usually set a timer for him.
Terziz likes to count down to the time when his family will pick him up.
12:30.
Yeah, so like 2.5 more hours, okay?
2.5.
Then he usually goes and plays the keyboard for like an hour.
Then, Terziz spends time with his mom and sister.
So we pick him up from the group home, and then we go to mom's house. We'll cook whatever he wants, and then we will go to Starbucks, and he'll get a cold coffee, a frappuccino. Then we go to Harris Teeter, and he'll pick out a couple things, and then we'll take him back to the group home.
When Terziz gets back to his home, he cooks the dinner of his choice.
And he's really good at making dinner, so he'll make everything himself. Like today, I think he wanted shrimp stir fry. He'll peel the shrimp, and he'll cut up the vegetables and stuff into like really fine little bits. It's almost like Emerald is doing it.
Although Terziz has limited social interaction and communication, he excels in other areas. He loves to draw and paint. He also has a natural ability in math.
He always, from a young age, picked up math really easy. He's like a little calculator.
Terziz shows his emotion in a unique way.
To tell you he loves you, he'll say squeaky woozoo or sizots, and those are made-up words. Like, everyone thinks they're Greek, but they're not. So he'll say, I love you, sizots, and, touch your face, and that's, his way of saying, I love you.
The exact cause of autism is still undetermined. For more information about autism or the TEACH program, you can visit www.teacch.com. In Chapel Hill, I'm Catey Contes, Carolina Connection.